Hi, this is Leetcode question. Partition string into minimum beautiful substring. This is the third question of biweekly contest number 108. Now we will use dynamic programming to solve this question. And to do that, we create a table of the same size of the string and initialize with int max. Int max means that it's impossible to divide the substring to beautiful substrings. We start with index 0, I equal 0, and then we need to check for all the substring that end at this index. In this case, there is only one substring, which is this substring 1. We need to check if this substring, so we take s.substring from j to I minus j plus 1. This is how many character, and in this case it will return this substring. We need to check if this is power of 5. So initially we check if there is leading 0. There is no leading 0 here, and 1 in decimal is 1, so it is power of 5. And since j is 0, the value here before we assume it's 0, so in this case 1 from this substring plus 0 equals 0. This is the value, and we assign. So let's say we have table, and we assign the first value to be 1 plus 0 is 1, because int max and 1 is minimum. Then we need to check for the second index, I equal 1, and again we need to check for all possible substrings. Let's take j equals 0, so this is j equals 0. In this case the substring is from j up to I, which is this substring 1 0. Now, is this has leading 0? No. 1 0 in decimal is 2, and this is not power of 5, so this will return false. In this case we don't do anything, we just continue the loop because this is not power of 5. The other substring that ends at 1 is we take j equal 1, so from 1 to 1 is this substring 0, and this is also has leading 0, so we don't need to do anything. Then we move to the next I equal 2, and again we try with all possible j's. So j equals 0. The substring from 0 to 2 is 1 0 1, and this doesn't have leading 0, and the decimal representation is 5, and this is power of 5, so this will return true. And j minus or j is equal to 0. In this case value equal 0, so 0 plus 1 equal 1, and we update the value at for tb at index 2 to this value 1, because 1 and int max 1 is minimum. Then we need to check for the other substring. Let's take j equal 1. From 1 to 2 have the string 0 1, and this has leading 0. J equal 2 have the value 1, or the substring 1, and this is power of 5. Now we need to check what is in the table the value of j minus 1. So j equal to j minus 1 is 1, this is 0, this is 1. At 1 it's int max because we didn't change this value, and so here we check if the value int max, we also don't do anything, and that's because up to this index, the substring 1 0, we cannot split it into beautiful substring. So if the answer at j minus 1 is int max, we just continue. So this will be the answer at index 2. We move to the last index, I equal 3 0 1 2 3, and again we start with j equal 0. What is the substring between j0 and I3? It's the whole string 1 0 1 1. The decimal representation of this is 1 plus 2 3 plus 8 11, and this is not power of 5. So we continue. J equal 1, we have the substring 0 1 1 from j to I, and this has leading 0. J equal 2, the substring from j equal 2 to I equal 3 is 1 1. The representation for this, or the decimal, is 3, and this is not power of 5. So we continue. Then we go to j equal 3, the substring is 1, and this is power of 5. Now what is the answer at j minus 1? So we said j equal 3, j minus 1 is 2. The answer was 1, and this is the minimum. The minimum beautiful substring we can divide until this index. So if we take 1 0 1, this is the answer, and we take advantage of this answer. So we have 1, and we said this is beautiful substring 1 plus this, the new one, equal 2. Now 2 is less than int max, since this is int max, so we set the value at index 3 to 2, and at the end here we check the value at the last index of the table. If it equals to int max, that means it's impossible to divide it into beautiful substring, and in this case we return it to -1. Otherwise we return 2, which is the answer, or the value at the last index. Time complexity for this is, we have 2 for loops, so n square. Also you need to consider this substring that will take the substring from I to j, so also you can multiply it by n, so n cube. This is the time complexity, but this is okay since the maximum length of the string is 15.